Take a look at this line of code. It's an ARM assembly instruction telling a processor to store data. We type these commands on a keyboard, hit enter, and the machine responds. But how does a piece of metal and plastic actually read it? The short answer is, it doesn't. Software, as we experience it, is a convenient illusion. The universe has no concept of text or syntax. It only recognizes the unbreakable laws of physics and the flow of electricity. To understand how computing actually works, we have to bypass the code entirely and dive all the way down to the bottom of the architectural stack, where we can watch how that electricity is physically manipulated. A computer is a massive stack of carefully engineered electrical barriers. It bridges the gap between raw physics and mathematical logic, turning electrical currents into what we call software. The foundation of this entire system is the MOSFET transistor. In practice, it is a microscopic switch that turns on or off depending on the voltage applied to it. These switches operate using a dual complementary design known as CMOS technology. When a high voltage hits an NMOS switch, it closes and allows current to pass. A PMOS switch does the exact opposite. It turns on whenever the voltage is low. By combining these opposing switches, engineers create two crucial pathways. The PMOS switches form a pull-up network that connects directly to the power supply, while the NMOS switches create a pull-down network that drains into the ground. This diagram illustrates the physical layout of a basic CMOS inverter, where PMOS and NMOS networks are etched into silicon. It routes current to the VDD block at the top for a logical 1, or the ground block at the bottom for a 0. This next diagram shows what happens when we scale that concept up. By arranging these channels into parallel or series paths, we get the layout for a CMOS NAND gate, capable of handling complex logic operations. Every Boolean function, every single piece of software logic you write, boils down to this. It is the highly specific, physical routing of the electrical current through those pull-up and pull-down networks. When you wire millions of these logic gates together, you get a processor. But hardware on this scale requires a strict, standardized vocabulary to function. We call that an instruction set. This diagram outlines the ARM architecture's vertical register map. Registers are extremely fast memory locations built directly inside the processor to hold active data. You can see the hierarchy here, splitting the workspace into low registers, high registers, and system-level data. This visual breaks down how block data transfers manage stack memory. The processor must know if data grows upward or downward. Assembly commands trigger this. STMIA treats the stack as empty and ascending, while STMFD configures a full descending stack. Once the data is organized, the processor needs to know what to do next. It uses flow control, specifically branch instructions, to navigate its own logic and determine the next step in the execution cycle. Here is the diagram for the branch and exchange instruction. Notice bit 0 at the end of the destination address. Manipulating that single bit swaps the processor's execution state, shifting it between standard 32-bit ARM mode and the compact 16-bit thumb mode. Software instructions are strict, rigidly defined triggers. Their entire purpose is to alter the physical state of the processor's registers and memory stacks. This diagram displays the 32-bit software interrupt, or SWI, instruction format. Programs use this command to demand a direct, privileged response from the hardware. The first 4 bits make up the condition field, letting the processor decide exactly what physical operation is requested. When this 32-bit command is executed, it fires a cascading wave of precise voltage down into the underlying architecture. That wave of voltage hits the silicon, directly triggering the exact pull-up and pull-down CMOS networks we mapped out earlier. Understanding this unbroken chain is how we master computing. Software feels limitless, but every single command relies entirely on the strict physical rules governing the silicon beneath it.